Hi everyone, welcome back to 9th standard maths class. In this video, we are going to learn a new chapter. Chapter 5, circles. In 7th standard, you have already learned about circles. Okay, circle means like this. Okay, and what all things you know about circles? In 7th standard, you have learned this. First one, a circle has a center point. Okay, a circle has a center point that you learn. Next is what? From the center, we can draw a line to the point on anywhere on this circle. Okay, from the center point to anywhere on the circle, we can mark the lines. This line is known as what? This line is known as radius. Okay, this is radius. Suppose from the same point, okay, from the center point, if we are extending this line towards the next side also, a complete line, so that it touch the circle at two ends. At this time, this line is known as diameter. Okay, diameter and radius. So diameter means double of radius. Okay, sum of two radius is known as what? Diameter. Okay, so these things you have learned: center, radius, then diameter. Now in 9th standard, you are going to learn about another concept of circle. Okay, another concept. That means we can draw line by joining any two points on the circle like this. Okay, this is a line joining two points on the circle. Like this, you can draw so many lines. Okay, the end point must touch the circle. So many lines you can draw. Now here also you can draw, no issue, but end point must be where? On the circle. This line is known as chord. Okay, this is the concept you are going to learn in this section, that is chord. Chord means a line joining any two points on a circle. Okay, chord, that is known as chord. It can be any line. Now my question is diameter a chord? Diameter, what do you mean by diameter? Diameter means a line joining or 2 points, but it must be through the center, then only it will be what? Diameter. Diameter means through the center a line must go through the center. Okay, by joining 2 points, that is known as diameter. For diameter also, end point of the diameter is where? Touching the circle, on the circle. That means this line is also what? Chord. Diameter also chord. One more speciality is there for diameter. Diameter is the largest chord. Okay, diameter is the largest chord of the circle. Now we have to learn three concepts. Okay, in order to solve the problems, we need to learn three concepts. First concept is perpendicular bisector of any chord of a circle. Perpendicular bisector of any chord of a circle passes through its center. What do you mean by perpendicular bisector? This is you have learned in 8th standard. Okay, how to draw a perpendicular bisector if we have a line. If we have a line like this, how we will draw the perpendicular bisector? That means by using compass. Okay, let's mark the points as A and B, and using compass you can draw the perpendicular bisector. Like this, you can measure, keep the pinpoint at the point A and measure approximately more than half, around 3/4 of that line, and keep the pinpoint at one point and draw one arc in the upper side and one arc in the lower side. Same procedure you have to repeat from the point B. Okay, keep the pinpoint at the point B, then same measurement without changing the more than half measurement. Okay, keep the pinpoint at the point B and draw one arc in upper side and one arc in the lower side. Then you will get 2 points in the upper side and in the lower side, the point which join these two arcs. Okay, by joining these 2 points you will get what? Using scale, just join these 2 points. This is a perpendicular bisector. This will be 90 degree and these two measurement will be half. For example, if AB is 5 centimeter line, by drawing the perpendicular bisector, these two measurement will be 2.5, then here 2.5, and this angle will be 90 degree. This is perpendicular bisector. I just revised, already you have learned in 8th standard. So here concept is what? Perpendicular bisector of any chord of a circle. Okay, that perpendicular bisector passes through its center. That means if we have a circle, this is not by drawing using compass. Okay, simply a circle by using what? A lid or a bangle, like that. Okay, in that case we need to find the center point. We need to find the center point. How can we find the center point? Method is just draw two chords. Okay, just draw two chords anywhere on the circle. Two chords like this we can draw. Okay, two chords here. Now by drawing the perpendicular bisector of these two chords, AB is the first chord, CD is the second chord. Like this you can draw the perpendicular bisector of AB and CD. That two perpendicular bisectors will pass through where? Its center. Okay, then that perpendicular bisector, where that perpendicular bisectors meets, that point will be the center point. After drawing the perpendicular bisector you will get like this. Okay, here I am not repeating the same procedure. Okay, so by drawing the perpendicular bisector, this line is the perpendicular bisector of AB and this one is perpendicular bisector of CD, and we know it passed through the center. Pass through the center means this line, these two bisectors passes through the center, means where these two bisectors join, that means this point. This point will be what? Center of the circle. If we are drawing another chord, if we are drawing another chord PQ, then by drawing this, this PQ's perpendicular bisector, that also will pass through where? That also will pass through the center point. So this is the first concept, perpendicular bisector of any chord of a circle. It can be in any direction. Any chord of a circle passes through center of the circle. This is the first concept. Now our second concept is the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord bisect the chord. That means we know for all the chord we can draw what? Perpendicular. Okay, we can draw the perpendicular bisectors. Now here the perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord. Here this line AB, this is the chord. AB is the chord and this point is the center of the circle. And this C, this point is C. This OC is a perpendicular line. That means 90 degree line. This is a 90 degree line, perpendicular line. Now here this perpendicular, okay, from the center to the chord, this perpendicular line bisect the chord. Bisect means divide into equal halves. Bisect means divide equally. Okay, divide equally. So here AB will be divided into two equal halves. AC and CB will be equal. These two lines will be equal when the perpendicular from the center to the chord. If a perpendicular 90 degree line, if we are drawing from the center to the chord, that line will divide the chord into equal halves. That means bisect. Okay, so this is the second concept. Now one more concept is there. That is the line joining the center of a circle and midpoint of a chord is perpendicular to the chord. A line, okay, a line joining which all two points? Center point of the circle and midpoint of the chord. Suppose if we have a chord here, suppose we have a chord here, CD. Okay, this is a chord CD and this is 5 centimeter line. Then its midpoint will be where? Total 5 centimeter means midpoint will be at the point 2.5. This is the midpoint, and we know center of the circle is where? O is the center of the circle. Then if we are joining this midpoint of the chord and center of the circle, simply we are joining this. Okay, this line will be a perpendicular line, 90 degree line. It will always be a 90 degree line. Same concept, just reverse. Okay, perpendicular line will divide the chord into equal halves, and when we join the midpoint and center point, that line will be what? Perpendicular line to the chord. It will be a perpendicular. That means 90 degree line will be. Without using protractor, we can draw a perpendicular line by joining center of the circle and midpoint of the chord. Okay, here this point is the midpoint. If 6 centimeter is the line, 3 centimeter will be the midpoint. Like that, the midpoint and center point we can join. That line will be what? 90 degree. That means perpendicular. So these are the three concepts you have to learn in this section. Okay, by using this you have to do problems. Now let's move on to problems. Page number 68, first question. Prove that the line joining the center of two intersecting circles is the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the point of intersection. Two circles given in the figure. In this question we have to prove that the line joining center of two intersecting circles. Okay, one circle, another circle. These two circles intersect at the point, these 2 points. Okay, intersecting at these 2 points, and these two are the center points. Let's mark the centers as A and B. Okay, then these intersection points as C and D. We need to prove this line joining center, that means AB. Line AB is a perpendicular bisector. Okay, perpendicular bisector of line joining point of intersection, that means C and D. Line joining C and D, that is CD. So this is the thing what we need to prove here. AB is the perpendicular bisector of CD. So in order to prove perpendicular bisector, we need what? Perpendicular means 90 degree. Bisector means divide into equal halves. Let's mark this point as what? E. Okay, let's mark that point as E. Small e. Now perpendicular means 90 degree. That means angle AEC and AED must be what? 90 degree. Bisector means this CD will divide into equal halves. That means we need to prove angle AEC equal to angle AED equal to 90 degree, and also CE equal to D. These two we need to prove. Then only we can say that AB is a perpendicular bisector of CD. So for that, let's join the radius A to C, C to B, then A to D and D to B. Like this. Okay, AC, CB, AD, DB. Now in order to prove this, we are using the concept that is equal triangles. Okay, equal triangle concept you have learned in 8th standard, that we are going to use here. So first of all we need to consider triangle ACB and triangle ADB, because this perpendicular and this 90 this line AB and CD comes in ACB and ADB, these two triangles. Now in between this line, this is CD line, no need to consider, just consider ACB and ADB. Now here which all are the equal sides? Here AC and AD are equal. Why? AC equal to AD, because they are radius of large circle. Okay, radius of large circle. Next one, second side, that's CB. Second side CB equal to second side of the second triangle, that is DB. Okay, reason is what? Both are radius of small circle. Okay, they are radius of small circle, because C and D are points on the small circle. So two sides we got as equal. And we know AB is a what? Common side. In both these triangle, AB is common. So AB equal to AB, common side. So we got all the three sides as equal. So all the three sides equal means what? These two triangles are equal triangles. Okay, these two triangles are equal triangles. So equal triangle means sides equal, means angles opposite to equal sides will also be equal. Okay, so here we can write side. Okay, here this CD line we are not considering. So CB and DB equal. So CB's opposite angle is what? CAE. Okay, so angle CAE equal to angle DB's opposite angle is what? DAB. So angle DAB. Okay, this one we got. Keep it. Then next one we are going to consider first portion. Okay, that means these two triangles. So first one we got CAE and DAE equal. That means these two angles we got as equal. Okay. Now we are going to consider triangle ACE. This only a small portion. Okay, ACE. Then next is ADE. These two triangles we are considering. Now here which all are the equal sides? AC and AD same radius. Okay, so AC equal to AD radius. Next is what? AE is the common side. Okay, AE equal to AE common side. Now here two sides we got as equal, and angle between them CAE and DAE we already got what that is equal. Okay, angle CAE and angle DAE equal. So two sides and angle between them equal. That means SAS, side angle side. Two side and angle in between them is equal. That means these two triangles are what? These two triangles are equal angle, equal triangles. So equal triangle means the remaining sides and the remaining angles opposite to equal sides will all be what? Equal. Okay, that means what? Third side is what? AC equal AE equal. Third side is, for the first triangle, third side is CE. That will be equal to what? For the second triangle, third side is DE. So CE equal to DE we got. By considering these two triangles, we got CE equal to DE because they are part of equal triangles. So one concept we got. Okay, first one we proved. Now we need 90 degree. Then also we can say that it is perpendicular bisector. Bisector we got. Now we need perpendicular. So 90 degree we need. Here CEA, angle CEA is the opposite of what? AC's opposite is angle CEA equal to AC and AD equal. So AD is opposite what? Angle DEA. These two angles are equal. Okay, these two angles are equal, and here one linear pair is there. These two are linear pair. Okay, CD cut by AE. Linear pair means what? Sum must be 180 degree. Sum. When you add these two angles, we must get the answer as 180 degree, but that must be equal also. Equal and sum must be 180 means which is a possible angle? 90 is a possible angle. 90 plus 90 is what? 180 degree. That means angle CEA and angle DEA are both what? 90 degree. So perpendicular also we got. So we can say that from these two we can say that this line AB is the perpendicular bisector of this CD. So this is first one's answer. Watch video once more. Okay, then only it will be clear. Proof type questions. Once more you just watch the video, then it will be clear. Next is question number 2. The picture on the right shows two circles centered on the same point and a line intersecting them. Prove that the parts of the line between the circles on either side are equal. Okay, two circles here also given in the figure. In this question, we have two circles with the same center. Okay, center at the same point means for these two circles, the center is same. So let's mark the center point as O here. Okay, O is the center point. And one chord is also here. Okay, one chord. Intersecting chord. These two chords are intersecting chord. That means for these two circles, this chord is common. So first of all, let's mark the chord as, first chord, large chord as AB. AB is a chord of large circle. Then small chord, that means chord of the small circle. Let's mark that as CD. Okay, CD is a chord of small circle and AB is a chord of large circle. Question is, prove that the line between these two circles. Okay, the line between these two circles is same. That means in between these two circle portion means first one AC. Okay, this portion AC. For the second side DB. These two sides equal. That is we need to prove. So we need to prove that what? AC equal to DB. Okay, this is we need to prove. So for that we know what? The line, the perpendicular line from the center to the chord. If we draw a perpendicular 90 degree line, that line will divide the chord into equal halves. Okay, so first of all, let's draw a 90-degree line, a perpendicular 90-degree line. Let's draw. So this is 90-degree line, 90 degree. Let's mark the point as E. Okay, this point as E. So OE is perpendicular. OE is the perpendicular of A, B and C, D. For both the chord, this OE is the perpendicular. So OE is a perpendicular means these two chord will divide it into equal halves. So first chord AB. Okay, center point is E means AE and BE will be equal. AE and BE will be equal because AB is a large chord. In that chord, O is a perpendicular means that chord will divide it into equal halves. So AE equal to BE. Next, for the second chord, that means CD, that also will divide into equal halves. That means CE equal to what? DE. CE equal to DE. Now let's subtract this. That is AE minus CE equal to, from second portion, BE minus DE. What will be the answer? Total line AE. From this total line AE, we are subtracting CE. That means we are going to cut CE. Okay, then what will remain? AC will remain. So AC here equal to total line BE. From that BE, we are going to cancel DE. That means this second portion. Okay, what will remain here? DB will remain. Okay, what we need to prove here? AC equal to DB, that we got here. Okay, so this is the proof just by considering perpendicular line to the chord from the center. A perpendicular line to the chord will bisect the chord into equal halves. Just by considering that concept, we can prove this. So this is second one's answer. Next, question number 3. The figure shows two chords drawn on either sides of a diameter. What is the length of the other chord? Here in a circle we have one chord. Okay, one chord is there, and from both side, okay, towards the both side we have two chords. On either side we have two chords. So let's mark the center point as O. Center as O, and first chord as A, B, then next chord as AC. Okay, here AB is given as 3 cm. First chord is given as 3 cm, and between angle, in between angle through the diameter, first angle is 30 degree, through the diameter towards the second chord angle is 30 degree. These are the things given in the question. We have to find the length of second chord. What will be the length of second chord? That is the question. So in order to prove this, first of all, here also we are using the concept equal triangle or isosceles triangle. As this point is AO, this point AO is the radius point, we can mark two more radius. Okay, from the point C and from the point B, we can draw two more radius like this, C to O and O to B. Like this we can mark. Okay, two triangles. So first one is triangle AOC, and second triangle is triangle AOB. These two triangles. Can you see any speciality for these two triangles? AO and BO. For triangle AOB, AO and BO equal because radius. Okay, that means isosceles triangle. Second, the first triangle AOC. Triangle AOC, AO and CO also what? Radius portion. That also what? Isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle means what? Both are same. Okay, here 3 cm is given and these two angles are 30 degree. That means this angle will also be what? 30 degree. Angles opposite to equal sides will be equal. Isosceles triangle. So these two angles are 30 degree. So these two angles will also be equal. That means the side opposite to this equal angle will also be equal. So here angle AOB equal to angle AOC equal to what? 180 minus 30 plus 30, that is 60. So answer will be what? 120 degree. So angle AOB and angle AOC 120 degree. So these two are equal isosceles triangle. Okay, both are equal isosceles triangle. So the remaining third side will also be what? Equal. Third side is what? AB and AC are the third side. That is AB equal to AC. These two triangle we got what? Isosceles. Okay, so third side will also be equal, that is AB equal to AC. AB is already given, that is 3 centimeter. That means AC will also be what? 3 centimeter. Okay, so this is the answer. Side opposite to 120 degree angle. Both triangles, third angle is 120 degree. The side opposite to that 120 degree angle will be equal, that is 3 centimeter. Okay, so this is third one's answer. Next question number 4. A chord and the diameter through one of its ends are drawn in a circle. A chord of the same inclination is drawn on the other side of the diameter. Prove that the chords are of the same length. This question also we have a circle and a diameter. Okay, and from the end of the diameter one chord is given, and with the same inclination through the next side also one more chord. Okay, same inclination means in between angles will be equal. That means this angle and this angle are equal. That is the same inclination. From the diameter towards both the chords, angle is same. We need to prove that these two chords are of same length. Okay, these two chords are of same length. So same like the previous question, let's mark the center point as O, and first chord as AB, second chord as AC. Okay, we need to prove what? These two chords are of same length. That means to prove what? To prove that AB equal to AC. Okay, AB equal to AC. This is what we need to prove. So method is same method like the previous case. First of all, join the end point of these chords towards the center. Okay, then we will get what? Two triangle we will get, that is triangle AOB and triangle AOC. Okay, triangle AOB and triangle AOC. Here you can see both are what? Isosceles triangle, because radius, because in the previous question we proved that AO equal to BO, then AO equal to CO. Okay, two sides equal, that means isosceles triangle. And one more is given, angle OAB equal to angle OCA, same inclination. Okay, sorry, OAC and OAB are equal angles. So these two angles equal means, as it is isosceles triangle, these two angles will also be equal. Okay, OB and OA equal means its opposite side angles equal. OA and OC equal means opposite angles C and A will be equal. That means what? Two sides equal isosceles triangle. So the third side will also be what? Equal, because these two angles already we got as 120 degree. That means what we can say? AB equal to AC. That means third side. Either you can write third side of the isosceles triangle, or we can write side opposite to equal angles. Okay, opposite of equal angles, that is 120 degree, opposite of 120. Sorry, here you can't write it as 120 degree because angle is not given, but for the previous problem angle were given, that's why we wrote as 120 degree. But here angle is not given, but it is clear. These two angles means 180 minus sum of these two, anyway it will be what? Third angle, it will be equal. So opposite of equal angles, like that you can write, not 120 degree, opposite of equal angles. That means AB equal to AC, two chords are equal if same inclination from the diameter. If it is same inclination means in between angles same, means that two chord will be of equal length. That is fourth one's answer. Okay, hope you understood. The remaining portion let's do in the next video. Okay, so see you in the next video.